Good evening to all participants who have already registered. Today we are going to start our webinar series 4. This is a web platform, and a web platform for dialogue is a forum where we will share our thoughts, our views. And I really welcome Lidiia Batig, who just joined. She is our esteemed speaker for today's session. She's from actually Ukraine, but she's living in Rome, Italy. She's a wonderful person. I personally know her. She is well-known interreligious journalist, interfaith observer, student of Cardinal Bay Center for Judaic Studies, alumni of Russell Berrie Fellowship, that's a very prestigious fellowship in interreligious studies, University of St. Thomas, Aquinas, Rome, Italy. I welcome Lidiia, and I hand over the session with you, Lidiia. If possible, kindly unmute. Okay, I'm going to unmute you, Lidiia. Yeah, you are unmuted and you can share the screen.
Okay, hello everyone.
Hi, Lidiia.
Hi, I'm very happy to see you all and very grateful for this invitation and for the chance to participate.
We can't hear you, Lidiia.
And now?
Is there any problem?
And now?
Just a minute. Check right now. Can you able to hear me?
Yes, I am.
I think you have to rejoin or something.
Okay, I will try.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Lidiia will rejoin within some minutes, and I think there is some problem from her end with the technical issues. As we all know, that webinar is famous for the technical glitches. So yeah, meanwhile, I really welcome you all, and in this short notice, you all joined. Thank you, Kenuchi, for joining us. Kenuchi also our Kaiseed fellow, and I can see Khajida Tirha, she is also from Italy. Dr. Haria and Doipayan Sinha, Gunchan Sajdeva Subrata, Shamasri, she is also our previous participant. Welcome, Jeff. He is our esteemed Kaiseed fellow too. He is from UK. Yeah, Lidiia already joined. So
Hello. Are you able to hear me?
hello. Hi, Lidiia.
Hi, do you hear me? Hello?
We can't hear you.
I hear you well.
I can also hear her. I can also hear her.
Hi, Carmel.
We all can hear you.
I can hear Lidiia.
Oh, perfect.
Hello, Swati.
It's only Swati.
I don't know.
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Hello to everyone, and I'm happy.
Let me try. Let me try. I don't know. Lidiia?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Now you can, yes?
Yeah.
We
Now
can't
we
hear you,
can hear
Lidiia.
Lydia. We can hear. I can hear Lydia. I can clearly hear
We
Lydia.
all can hear her.
Okay.
Lidiia, if possible, you just remove your microphone and you can try with the computer.
Okay, yes, but I think that everybody can hear.
Yes, we can
Yes,
hear you.
Lydia, you are audible.
Okay, let me try. I think why I can't hear you. Is there any problem with my end? Let me check. It's audible, but I can't hear.
Mhm.
Yes, finally. Okay,
Yes, now you can. Perfect.
go ahead, Lidiia.
Perfect. Hello, I'm very happy to be here and to be invited for this wonderful seminar. I just can maybe say a few words about myself. My name is Lidiia Batig and I'm from Ukraine. I work as an interfaith journalist in Rome and I study in Rome at the Pontifical Gregorian University in a center that is responsible for the dialogue between Jews and Christians. But actually we learn dialogue with different religions, and this program is very interesting and it can open our horizons in different perspectives. So I think that this theme that we are discussing during this webinars about the coronavirus and specifically my topic about strengthening interreligious trust and respect during this time is extremely important, first of all, because I live in Italy now, so we experienced the negative consequences of coronavirus, and it's obvious that interreligious dialogue and communication became one of the most important tools in realization of this new way of communication, in building communication between different parts of the society. And I will ask Swati to show the first slide, because first of all, I would like to speak about the vision of interfaith dialogue, especially from the media perspective, because I'm working in interreligious dialogue for, I think, the last 6 years, and the most important in this sphere is that it's always a confrontation between the religious group and between lay people. And interfaith journalists or journalists in general, like me, we are always these mediators. So our main purpose is to bring the message that's coming from religious leaders or religious influencers to the society, and to show the main ideas to be developed from the religious point of view. So this presentation is mostly my reflection about coronavirus according to all the interfaith initiatives that I participated in during this time and the time before. And first of all, I can say from my own experience that the interfaith dialogue before the coronavirus, it was mostly expressed as a beautiful confrontation between different spheres of life. And first of all, I can say that while studying in Rome, I understood important things. And first of all, that interreligious dialogue is this confrontation between theology and philosophy, between society and culture, between different religions, and as well between media, secular and religious media. And but if you can open the first slide.
Lidiia, your voice is actually breaking and too much noise, so we can't hear you properly. So we can't follow you.
I'm sorry, I don't know, because actually my connection is good and I think that everybody is muted. So, and now, do you hear well?
Yes, I can hear. Yeah, we can hear you well. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
maybe
it's better now.
me.
It's better now.
It's better. It's
Okay.
better.
Okay, hopefully it will work. So I was actually talking about the vision of dialogue that exists in this media sphere where I'm working, because we journalists, especially journalists who work in interfaith dialogue, we can see the dialogue as a confrontation, because we in the same way are mediators between the religious leaders and between the society. And the confrontation in 4 areas, as it was seen in media world for the coronavirus. So one of these areas is theology and philosophy, which is shown in many educational systems, in schools and universities. And we can see on the first slide, thank you, Swati. So it's hard actually, before coronavirus, it was hard to express where we can find the source of interfaith
Lidiia, I
message.
already gave you the control, so you can control from your end also.
Okay, perfect. So the first one is theology and philosophy. It's such a controversy that many journalists are not able maybe to follow in, because through school and university education, different interfaith trainings, we can see that actually this confrontation between theology and philosophy makes the ability to show the message of interfaith dialogue and cooperation between religions easier for us. And we can see actually a lot of different philosophers and a lot of different scholars in let's say in Judaism, in Islam, in other religions, and maybe mostly in my presentation I will concentrate on Abrahamic religion, because all the last years I was working in this area. So a lot of Jewish philosophers, Islamic philosophers like Al-Farabi, and you can see as well Martin Buber, they were speaking about this human perspective of interfaith dialogue, that it's not always connected with religious leaders and with great scientists or the most smartest people of the century, but it always has some human perspective. So that controversy, I'm just trying to follow. Sorry.
Lidiia, if possible, you can pause your video. So I think audio connectivity would be perfect. I think there is some network issues.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's try.
Hopefully now it's better. Hello?
Yeah, continue.
Hello? Do you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, perfect. So the second, as we see, many philosophers and many theologians from different religions, and as I said, I'm so sorry because of sound, that it's a controversy that actually needs to find this perspective of a human being. The second controversy of interreligious dialogue, as was seen in media world before the COVID-19, is the controversy between the social and cultural dimensions of interfaith dialogue. So through different interfaith and intercultural events, projects, initiatives, dialogue was actually developed and was brought to the people from all around the world. And next controversy. It's about the society, and the third I will skip a little bit. It's connected with media, because nowadays, especially during the COVID and especially in the world that you live, the most important is the cooperation between the secular and between religious media that should bring the message of this tragedy to the world. And actually, the secular and religious media, such media with whom I'm working, like Interfaith, Observer, they try to build a new image of interfaith leader and to express the opinion of each religion about everything that's going on now. So personally, I will not maybe show the whole presentation as because of this connection we lost some time. I think that later I can ask Swati to share the presentation with you. But what is the role? How can we strengthen interfaith dialogue during the coronavirus time? As I'm living in Italy, and I saw that many people during this time experienced lack of the trust to the political leaders and the government. So the most important issue that raised up during this time was the religious leaders. Because now in these times we see most clear that religious leaders are actually people who can provide the trust, appreciation of believers and non-believers. And it's some kind of the paradox, because in this modern world, people started, even non-believers, started to develop the trust in interfaith leaders. And it can be Dalai Lama, it can be Pope Francis, it can be the representative of any religion who brings the support to people. And as I may be representing this Catholic perspective, I cannot not mention the role of Pope Francis as the example of the interfaith leaders during these hard times, and the lessons we are able to learn from his activities and from his actually hard work he was doing during the COVID. And there are a couple of pictures that maybe represents, like, for example, this picture that maybe represents the really role of true interfaith leaders that we are really needing in this hard and difficult and frustrating times. So as I will speak mostly as a representative of media and as a journalist, the interfaith leader, not only from Abrahamic religion, but exactly from other religions that we have now, should develop a lot of skills and should learn how to work with the community, because the world, as we see now, the world that we live became very mixed, very hard to cooperate with, and there are a lot of changes during the pandemic that we experienced. First of all, we can see that religious organizations, that churches started to work actively in the area of interfaith dialogue and started to cooperate with governments. But there is a problem of the society, or even the issue that we always need somebody, we need some kind of leader and some kind of person that we can always look forward and follow to. What qualities this modern interfaith leader should have, so he or she can bring the message of dialogue, of cooperation, of peace to the modern society, and how this leader, from his own religious perspective, or Muslim or Hebrew or Jewish or Christian, how can he bring his exclusive message to such a mixed society and try to explain this message to everyone. So I'm sorry, I will just try to open the next slide. Just a second. There are a lot of ways that nowadays interfaith leaders can strengthen the dialogue and support believers and unbelievers in this huge area of work. And first of all, from the media point of view, nowadays as technologies and social media became one of the tools of communication, sometimes it's very effective, sometimes like today because of different connection it doesn't work, but still. So interfaith leaders today, they should communicate with believers and should communicate with media. But the most important, they should overcome the issue of fake news. As well as the third part, they should support and they should be available in social media for young people. So it's a lot of areas of work, but one of the most important of is to be present in the world as well as in virtual world and be able to communicate with people with language that people will understand. And now we can see that social media became the tool of all the communication in these days. And who are the main users of this media? We can actually say that there are young people. So the most important task of strengthening the interfaith dialogue from the media perspective. So actually the media workers, the journalists can understand the way that we need to communicate and build the peace is to speak to people with simple language, speak with language that everyone can be able to understand. And it's actually the most difficult and the most hard task, especially in the pandemic times, because all these issues that we are living now, we can see that it's a lot of panic in the world, the academic works and maybe theological issues and messages stopped working now because not all people can receive them in the right way. So developing the most simple language for the whole religions that can bring the message and the understanding of what peace is, what is common worshiping is, what is common prayer is, without losing our own identity. So I think that these are the main issues. If you make it short, and I'm very sorry because of connection. I don't know if it's my connection or it's in general. But if to make this presentation shorter, I can say that the main tools to strengthen the interfaith dialogue in the COVID-19 times. And first of these tools are media. Because as a representative of media, I can say that the academical and theological world, no matter how developed all the situation in interfaith dialogue after the declaration Nostra Aetate during Second Vatican Council is, but still this dialogue and this interfaith dialogue demands a cultural aspect. So it demands from our new century to involve more young people, more active people, more lay people. That's why media is a perfect tool to express the message of interfaith dialogue to simple people and to explain that there is no supersessionism or other terrible things that maybe they are provoked by some negative propaganda. That by working together and by achieving peace together, we can build a new society. So the first tool is media. The second tool, as I mentioned before, is of course the interfaith leaders, which should prove that their communities can coexist with the whole world and can convince people that when we are involved in interfaith dialogue, especially in times of COVID, which just shakes the whole world, our main issue is to develop the principle that our unity is our diversity. So by entering interfaith dialogue, not only on theological level, but on the level of social influence, like different charity projects, different common social projects that we can do a lot, especially now. We will not lose our identity, but we will actually develop. So by learning about other traditions, by taking the best from other traditions in such difficult times, we can become more confident in our own religious things. And I would like to concentrate on I really like to speak with examples. This is my narrative. One of the example of persons and religious leaders that I can express from my own opinion and from my own experience is one of my teachers. You can see his picture here. He is from on the left side. It's a famous Jewish rabbi, Rabbi Judaic, and he is very important figure in interreligious dialogue during the last, I think, 30 years. So I think that a lot of things that he's developing through his work is actually the most important issues, practical issues and questions that we can use today by developing interfaith dialogue. And there are three main questions that 3 years ago he gave to his students during one of our exams, and it looked very strange on the times. Now, when we have this experience of growing the influence of interfaith dialogue and growing the trust for interfaith players in the world, so there are a couple of important questions that we can ask ourselves today, but if we really want to strengthen the question of interfaith dialogue. And one of them, how can I be true to my faith without at the same time being false to yours? So this question is very spread today because as we can see that the world after pandemic became more humble, and the theological discussions that were before, they are now maybe not on the front line. On the front line is the question of compassion, of charity, and of understanding. So to strengthen interfaith dialogue between all the religions, not only Abrahamic, but in general, we need to ask ourselves, how can I develop my identity without not bringing the hostility to your feeling? The second, what is the place of the faith of the other within the context of self-understanding of my own faith perspective? So how we can coexist and cooperate together? This question should be asked by the interfaith leaders of their communities, and then this question should be transformed to the modern world.
Lidiia?
Yes?
Sorry to interrupt you, sorry. We have only 8 minutes left, so you can finish and we can have rounds of discussions. Though there is some technical or network issues from your end, but we have your PPT with us, so we can share, if you, with your permission, some of the slides we can share with the participants. And as this is recording, so if they want, they can hear your recording with the pause, so they can hear you properly. And one more thing, we can have a round of discussions and we can welcome the questions. We have very few minutes left. So, So, I really welcome Carmel because she is willing to ask something related with Baha'i religion. And we really want to know from Carmel. So, Carmel, are you with us?
Okay. I can finish with the last question, how religions can work together, and I'm ready to hear your question.
Yes, please. How can religion work together?
Yes, so I finished, and I would be very glad to share the content.
Yes, please do. After that, we'll ask Carmel. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm done, Swati, and if there are questions, I'm ready to answer, and I will be very glad.
Yeah, you can finish.
Yeah, yeah.
You can finish.
No, I finished. I'm ready to hear the questions.
Okay, Kamal.
I'm sorry for the connection.
No, it's okay. Kamal, please raise your question. Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much. Actually, it is not a question. Since now we can see all over the world because of this COVID-19, we can see now through the social media, so many sites are working to raise prayers, pray together. So it is a phenomenon maybe we need to encourage nowadays. So it is already existing in somehow all over the world. And maybe some sites are trying to show off their goodwill for that. So it is, first of all, something we need to encourage, and we need to work on it, make benefit of this unity in this moment. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm grateful for the question. And yes, it looks like these common prayers are very, very useful, and we should encourage them. But in many communities, there are still the feeling that it's very sensitive subject, actually, especially, let's say, in Orthodox Jewish community. So they are not always happy to welcome the common prayer. And usually when we have different interfaith initiatives, it's mostly the discussion is coming in the one place, but each of the members pray by their own way. I think that it's too early maybe to speak about a common prayer. We can pray together, but following our own tradition. So, and in this way, it will be more a compromise between the representatives of different religions, or we can participate. But if you mean to create some common prayer, I think that it's quite a sensitive subject, that it's not always works, because, you know, there are different religions and different people. So usually, and a lot of media, of course, encourage this, but appreciation to participate in each tradition, but following your own prayer, I think for me it's even stronger when there are representatives of Islam, Judaism, Christianity, and other religions in the same room, and each of them pray by their own way, and maybe in the end they can express common blessings. This is can be a strong proof that we can coexist, keeping, as I mentioned, our identities, and by not mixing, because it's a really, really hard topic, and this fear to lose the identity, it's very powerful, especially now in these times. I think people are really afraid to be, you know, mixed with something else and lose their voice and in individuality. So it's a strong way to pray together, but keeping some spiritual connection, but like individual distance, to be able to pray in your language and in your way in the group of people who belong to other traditions. I think it's even more powerful.
Thank you so much, Lidiia. I welcome Venerable Napan with us, and thank you so much for joining with us. I really want to know, we have very few minutes left, only 3 minutes. So I really want to know that what is the scenario in Thailand, that how people are actually worshipping together in this crisis, especially we recently had Eid. So how do you celebrate it?
In Italy, you mean?
Eid. Eid
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I can say from my experience that from the Catholic perspective, because maybe I cannot speak about other religions, it was very strong proof when Pope asked to pray together during this time, and it was some of his calls to also making this fasting day together, so we can show how we support other religions, and we can show. He mentioned a very interesting quote that COVID put us on the knees, but it's the best way to pray when we are on our knees. So actually now we can show how we support other religions, not only by words and not only, you know, participating in smart and powerful conferences, but in this spiritual way, which is more stronger proof of the brotherhood and fraternity and a stronger humanity than before.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Even in India also, we celebrated Eid in a very, very welcome heart to, you know, with our Muslim brothers. So we had online prayer sessions. That one Buddhist I shared that hosted in the page. That one Buddhist monk from Kolkata, he is actually wishing all the Muslims and others who are celebrating Eid al-Fitr, very welcome heart. So I think this, you know, showing of respect, love, empathy, you know, that means a lot to other religion as well. So we all are equal to some extent, but we have differences. But, you know, with these differences, we have to move on. So I think that's the main message, you know, in this Way for platform dialogue sessions. So with this, I think I really, really welcome, you know, all of your feedbacks. I will share the feedback form with you after the sessions. So I really welcome the feedback. Yes, Shubrata, would you like to say?
Yes, I just have one point to make.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in these times, this is a very important and very sensitive topic at the same time. So a religion should bind people together and bring a kind of social solidarity in the society. And religion and faith both intertwined together, they can actually work wonders, you know, if they are going in a very positive line. But then again, let's also look at the antithesis of it. We also have this fear of, you know, communal tensions or riots coming up, like I don't know if like in certain areas where you know, like we had this Tablighi Jamaat event. So after that, there was a lot of tension, you know, that occurred in the society, and there was a lot of hatred, which you know, which should not be coming up during these times.
Developing the dialogue with the secular society, and I'm sure that all the members of this conference, of this Zoom chat, understand in some way that the secular society is not a danger of dialogue, but it can actually be a tool. And through our common prayers that we have, we can show the unity of religions to non-believers, so that society from the secular perspective can see that interfaith dialogue actually can develop a good point not only for the religions, but for the social issues, for the political issues, to make the world a place where everybody can feel more like, you know, included into all the processes of life that we have.
Thank you so much, Lidiia. I even in India also, at the time of COVID, what Subrata was willing to say, I will complete that.
Hello,
one.
may I say something?
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
Please.
Am I audible enough? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi, Lidiia. I want
Hello.
to say something that, that in this growing phase of Islamophobia all around the world, I think this interreligious faith and this bonding is quite a theoretical subject. Because what we are witnessing around the world is a kind of hatred, animosity, growing a kind of mistrust toward each other. So this is very unfortunate. This is a kind of uncalled for happening, and there's a growing scientific environment all around. I'm a Hindu woman, and I'm married to a Muslim man, and thankfully, my entire family never objected to it. We had a Hindu marriage, and even my daughter's name, I mean, she shares both our surnames. Okay. So, in my personal experience, we have felt that we celebrate Eid and Durga Puja together. Okay. So, I think religion is just a way of living, but it is very unfortunate that we overrate religion. Actually, I think most of us, we tend to overrate it. We tend to over amplify it in our lives. But I think religion should just be a way of life, and not a it should not be a tool to to impose something upon us. So I think in this secular world, again in this, it is again a dichotomy, that in this growing Islamophobic world, it is important to develop a kind of interreligious bonding and interreligious faith. But however, in reality, we are not seeing this. We are seeing a kind of, this mistrust, which is absolutely unfortunate. So I think we can discuss so many things on, online, on so many platforms. But what is the solution exactly? I mean, what is the exact solution? I mean, in India, even people are turning so communal at heart. I mean, even if we don't say it on our faces, but still we can sense it. People are growing so much. They're just a kind of, overrating religion, and they are imposing us, the government, the state, the people around us. They are just kind of imposing religion upon us. I think that should not be done. It is just a way of living, and we should not overrate it. It's that what I want to say. Thank you.
I actually completely agree with you in this issue. And one thing that I'm sure that, um, people will not people will not be convinced that this religion is good or this religion is not dangerous unless it will not be shown to them. So because people receive the information by seeing an examples of cooperation, and by seeing, not maybe, of course I'm not rejecting the basic theological dialogues that should be provided by academic circles, but it's always, it should be like information, because information is the power that rules the world. So in social media, in media, and when people see that this like for example, Muslim people and Jewish people and Christian people and Hindu people do something together, do some cultural or charity project together, it's easier to bring this information, because actually the world interface scares people. You even change and you will say intercultural dialogue, it will be received with less hostility. So it will always bring more.
Respect should be the last word. I mean, interreligious faith and respect should be the last word. But unfortunately, we are not seeing that
Yeah, but I
in
think it's a
present
question
times.
of time. Yeah, it's, after the Vatican Council and the Declaration Nostra Aetate, it's not so many years that passed, and we cannot imagine that 60 years ago, Catholic Church was against other religions, and then it was such a, dynamic process that the Church recognized, hello guys, there is truth in every religion. We don't have monopoly on God, we don't have monopoly on justice and values of life. Every religion has something good, and our task is to bring it to people, to cover this message and try to bring with simple words. Because when you will come to people and you will write article, supersessionism, interface, I don't know, any concept, people will think that you are crazy. They need to see the hardest thing in life, and especially in interfaith dialogue, because we have a mix of all mentalities, cultures, of history, is to say hard words with the most simple way. And it's a really intelligence that we can develop, not not proving our point, but try to bring our truth through the perspective of people with whom we talk. I think it's the main task of all interfaith leaders, activists, young people, and it's the hardest task, because everyone can learn theology. I'm sure everyone who starts in some age, but not everyone can learn to be so open-minded and so compassionate and have such a clear heart to speak with the language that, you know, will reject our individual point of view, but will show that we are ready to communicate with the world and we don't have this stereotype and propaganda. And maybe the last point, because you mentioned really nice topic, for media, it's never interesting to show that religions operate together. Always the sensation is Muslims are bad because they did this and they are against the rights of women. This will be sensation. But how to make a sensation from the simple news that people pray together, or during the coronavirus time, they ask God about help and saving of the world, and how to, you know, how to force in brackets the readers to receive this information and to actually follow this media. This is the most difficult task because we are so used to this trashy propaganda that to speak about some kind things in life, it's not popular actually, but I think it's our task to make it popular and to make it open to the world.
Thanks, Lidiia.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful, Lidiia. Though you know, technical glitches are always there, but still, the main thing is we can actually able to know. Excellent. Yeah. So it's a wonderful experience that, you know, to knowing someone. We may not know that, you know, the others actually. We others. So that's the criteria we always try to make. And when we don't know anything, we have in our preconception notions about someone's. And when we actually know the person, when we actually know others, we all are equal. And I think from that perspective, the IRD, the ICD, interreligious dialogue, intercultural dialogue have been emerged. And I think we have started a new journey and we will move further with the scenario. I'm so sorry, my video is not working because, yes. So we have lots of challenges, but as such, opportunities are there.
Sure, even the technological challenges didn't stop the dialogue and, you know, communication. So it will be developed anyway. I hope it just should be more compassion between people and more, you know, more desire to not to be a superstars in interfaith dialogue is the most important. Because when somebody wants to be a superstar and to prove opinion, it will never work. It's so hard to be you know, able to show this humility and to show this simpleness. It's the most intelligent thing in life, in dialogues that I have ever seen.
Thank you so much. If anyone would like to ask something or share some experience, we really welcome.
Well, if you don't mind, I want to share something.
Sure, perfect.
Thank you, Lidiia, for attracting our attention to these important and interesting points. Actually, I was taking a course in the last summer about the economic development. And what attracted my attention now to this course, that the missed point in the economic development all over the world through the past 100 years is religion. Because now science is very much more developed than before. Now we are having so many humanitarian agencies. Now we are having all the tools that can help us to be more developed. But actually, poverty is increasing. And now we can see that health situation all over the world is deteriorating in the most developed countries. So that is showing us not only politics or science can do good for us. And we can see now it is a failure. Something big is missing. So the attention must be drawn to the good things in all religions that can really change the reality of the world now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's such a really inspiring point from a lot of even media workers that, you know, because we always see in religion some confrontation, or we always see religions in a limited space, that religions should work with other religions on the questions of religion. But what about the world, who actually needs the knowledge, the leaders that we are growing in universities, and that this fear to speak with non-believers or to speak with a secular world is actually really terrible. But if we can overcome it, we can do a lot of great initiatives, because it will be based on some like spiritual and moral and ethical things that it's like a fundamental point of each of our religions. But unfortunately, it's a stereotype. Religions are not, the religious leaders, religious activists are not able to work in this field. And thanks God that today a lot of projects in Rome, especially, and a lot of scholarship are opening this new perspective for lay people. And I'm grateful that I am a lay person and I don't have so much attention on theology. I was studying journalism all my life, and when I entered this sphere, I realized that it's actually interesting to work with people from different experience, and we can, clergy, lay people, I don't know, media can cooperate together in such a level and learn from each other. And there are a bunch of great projects that were done during the last year without help of politicians and I don't know, really influential people, because we can become influential now with the help of media. It's easier to do than 50 years ago.
Thank you so much, Lidiia, for this wonderful talk. And I really thank all the participants, because with this, be able to know that how discussion is actually needed. You know, dialogue, discussions is very, very important. As such, you know, the implementation of the dialogue is not actually happening. You know, we are talking, we are sharing so many things, but it is within us only. So I think,
Exactly.
yes, so I think that, you know, the grassroots level people who really don't know much about that, what is going on in the upper class people, or what they are talking about, what this webinar series are going on. Oh my goodness, why they're talking so much? You know, spending an hour, you know, in a day, or 2 hours, 3 hours. There is no issues. They are starving. They are struggling for their food. They are struggling for their livelihood. You know, migrants are running and walking all around. I think 1,000 kilometers or something they are walking the barefoot. And actually the pregnant lady have to bear their children in their hand. So it's a crisis period. But as long as what we are doing, at least we need to provide them the information, whatever we have with us. And religion, as Shamastri rightly told, that is a way of life. So it is the way of life, and with this way of life, we need to motivate them. Religion and spirituality gives us the strength to, you know, to struggle in this period. So I think that's wonderful sessions with you, Lidiia, with your experience, though we have some technical faults. But yes, Rajita would like to say something. Really interested, you know, to hear from. Yeah, please unmute yourself and please speak out.
Hi to everyone. Can you hear me? Yes. Can you hear me or not? Oh, okay, it's okay. Hi to everyone. First of all, I really want to say thank you to Swati for this invitation. I'm Tira Carija. I'm from Italy, but actually I'm in France and I'm stuck here due to coronavirus. I hope to be back in Italy. I'm a youth worker since 7 years in Italy, and I'm really interested in the field of interfaith dialogue because I was involved in a network called IDOF community. That means Interfaith Dialogue on Violent Extremism. I had the opportunity to join a beautiful network last year in Ethiopia, and I met a lot of people from all over the world that work in the field of interfaith dialogue. I was really happy because they motivated me to do more in this field because I'm Muslim and I felt that we need to support each others. We need to promote interfaith dialogue between all the religions. We need to be an example for the others. I always say that as a Muslim, I had to give to the others the good vision of Muslim. That's why I'm really happy to be here. I heard all the thoughts of Lidiia, and I'm really happy that she's from Rome, so I hope to meet her.
Wonderful.
And that's it. I'm really happy to be here, and I hope to join the other activities and webinars. Thank you so much. Shukran.
Sure, shukran. Thank you so much, Hajida, for your experience sharing. I really want to know something from Venerable Napan from Thailand situations right now, and how COVID is actually spreading up, how the spiritual motivational speaks, talks actually motivate the people when they are in crisis. So please.
Thank you very much, Dr. Swati, for arranging this, and I don't know, good evening to everyone. And I'm sorry that I'm a little bit late for the previous session. And you know, as they said, better late than never. So I appreciate everything that you share. I mean, Kama and Lidiia, and also Dr. Swati as well. Briefly, I think in Thailand now, situation is kind of getting better, and we can see that I think for the whole 2 months, all religious leaders play crucial roles in preventing and kind of preventing people from preventing COVID-19 from outbreak, because monks, they show they set an example, like they wear the face shield, they wear masks, and then some of our Muslim friends in the Deep South work quite hard to kind of, you know, change perspective of our Muslim brother and sister over there, because at the beginning of the outbreak, it's quite, there's a word like, okay, you're afraid of Allah or you're afraid of coronavirus. And sorry to say this, because this is something that, you know, our Muslim brother and sister in the Deep South said, and then they kind of, you know, work very hard. Civil society, religious leader, even the Office of Sheikhul Islam in Thailand work quite hard on that. And then situation is getting better and better. And I think when we talk about, you know, like humanitarian assistance, no matter who you are in terms of Buddhism or Buddhist or Muslim or Christian, we help each other. And so we saw a lot of very beautiful picture. And also because of this, some of my friends in Deep South asked me to send a message like Selamat Hari Raya Idul Fitri on the day that they break the fast, the Eid Mubarak. And then right now it's kind of that got very positive reaction from the public, because maybe they felt like, you know, so many times, sometimes a little bit conflict, because in the Deep South, the situation happened because of, sometimes it's about the religious difference, but it's not about religious itself, but it's about identity and also something else. So I think overall we see a positive picture than negative, but in a way, because even this clip that I'm mentioning, it's just like some of, you know, Buddhist and some of Muslim friend have some negative feeling as well. I think both sides, but it's a few, maybe 2 or 3%, but the rest, they happy, especially our Muslim friend, because in Thailand, Buddhists are majority. So in my opinion, I think we have to amplify voice of, you know, voiceless people. They're not that voiceless, but in a way, I think majority should speak more for them. And then everything it would be better. We kind of take advantage of this situation to more united, not the other way around. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Even for India also, we are thinking same way. Though we are struggling a lot to provide the majority versus minority or altogether. I think Corona actually made us united in this crisis. We are more humanitarian rather than finding our own religion. Rather, we all are equal, and I think this is a time when we actually found out the solution, that how we could do together is something together in a true sense, to fight against invisible virus. And I think that's a motivation to fight against this virus. So I thank you all, and I'm ending up this session, though I really do not want to end up the session, but I have to. I really thank you, Lidiia, and with a hug to you. Lots of best wishes for your upcoming researches, and I really welcome all of your feedback, because I'm going to launch my website, a web platform for dialogue very soon. So with all your feedback, with all your name, will be published in the platform, in the forum. And of course, the video also, what we recorded today, will be posted in YouTube, and the link will be posted in the website. So all of your feedback is very important, and we may have some published material online and offline both, for those who are interested to learn about that, how we are actually working together in the field of IRD ICT. So thank you all. I ended up the
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
It was a
Bye-bye.
nice session. Thank you.
Thank you a lot. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.